when I went to North Carolina to help with the disaster relief, I just seen the faith that people still had after all the devastation. I was like, man, it only takes the size of a mustard seed. So Mustard Seed Murals came from that. And then I was like, I didn't really know the business part of what all we can tell with this. I just wanted to paint the wall. For the last 3 years, I would ride my moped up and down just dreaming of painting the wall. And then I finally got them all to let me paint a mural down there for free, and they covered the paint, and then they liked it, but they didn't have the funds for the wall. So I came up with the idea to help local businesses by offering them sponsorships, which is kind of like advertising for them, but it also shows that they care about their community and the art that's in it. So that's how this all came to be.
Yeah, and so kind of go into that for a second. So if you, I look right here. I mean, so how much space can they buy for their stuff to get put on here?
Okay, so like this one right here behind me with the frogs hanging from the balloon. This is actually done by one of the artists, Jody Hicks. She is a local tattoo artist and mural and window painter, and so she got a lady that is actually an author, and she writes children's books. So this is 2 spots here. So for example, one spot is a 5x10, and it's $1,000, and that covers the paint, the material, the labor, and the fees for being able to be on the wall. It gets you your logo on the wall for a whole year, which after you have the option to keep it on there for $100 a month, you know, kind of like an advertising fee or something. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. The mural will always be there, but we'll paint over your logo, and then your name, since you'll be the original owner, will go at the bottom, and it'll stay there forever as the original sponsor. So you'll always be on the wall as the original sponsor. So I wanted to add that to it, and the mall was like, okay, yeah, we'll do that. Yeah. So it worked out. So this one right here that Jody did, it's actually a $2,000 one because it's 2 spots. But if you look at it in the business view, like advertising super expensive. This is a very high traffic area where people see it all day. There's tons of cars that go through here. It's a cut through. And advertising is very expensive, and in a place like this, less than $100 a month to get started is so cheap.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and the reason why somebody would get 2 spots is so their logos will be bigger. Because, you know, if it's a smaller spot, you obviously can't have a giant logo on there. But it's a pretty good size. Like this one right here, East Texas Home that I'm working on, this is 1 spot. And you see how large their logo is. So, and what we do is we design a mural that complements the sponsor's business. So that way it's not considered an ad, but then their logo is exactly like they have it. And then right over here, Toby Wolf is working on one that's for 2. It's for a boutique. So she's a local artist also and window painter. And she's done one down at the other end, Avalon Fair. And it's got a horse on it. When you go down there, you'll see it. And then Jody's also working on Genesis down there at the other end. You'll see her in a minute. And then Tamika is working at the very end, painting her logo. She wanted to help. So at the time, I was also holding Save Our Children rallies in front of the mall, and I would be on my moped. And so when I would come out here, I would think, I would think about some way we could do something to help raise awareness for child trafficking, and I was like, well, if I got local businesses to sponsor the wall and we could paint it, then maybe we could use those funds for that. And that's what my mindset was at the time. I didn't really realize how much paint was at the time because I wasn't painting murals. And that's where the dream came from. And then I would just constantly go up and down this wall because I was always talking back and forth to the mall manager, bugging her about it. And then when I went to North Carolina, it just I seen they had a lot of artwork up there that had been destroyed, but they didn't lose hope. They still wanted to continue to make art. So I was like, you know what? And the camaraderie of all the people in the mountains, even after all the devastation, them losing everything, the faith they had, and they just came together. I wanted to bring that home. I want us to have that. This is where we live, so I want us to be like that. If everybody was nice to each other and loved each other, and, just imagine what kind of town we would live in. It would be amazing. And that's my goal for this wall, is to spread joy and happiness. Somebody look at it, maybe they're having a bad day, and they see it, and they're like, you know what? My day's not that bad after all, look, or something. I don't know. But that's the goal of the wall for me.
Yeah, so. It's so neat. You guys come out here at about 5 in the morning to
Yeah.
9 in the morning.
Yeah,
which
until
is
the sun comes up over the the little thing right there,
Yeah,
and
until
then
it gets hot.
blinds you and you can't see what you're doing. Yeah, it gets hot quick too.
Yeah. One thing, I mean, you guys are in it for the long haul. I mean, this is not going to be completed in any short manner of time.
I know.
You know.
Well, I'm hoping that by this time next year it will be. And that depends on if the community comes and gets their sponsors, gets their spots. And if they do, then we'll have it all filled up and we can concentrate on painting and not getting sponsors. So that's why I'm just like, you guys, if y'all want to get on the wall, it's best to do it and be the first one because your name will be there forever. I hope that it brings camaraderie to Longview. I hope that it brings us all together. And first and foremost, I want to give God all the glory for this because He's the one that inspired me to do this and to go out and help people in other places and then to come home and help my own community. I didn't really think about it, before that. And I was like, you know what? Why do we have to wait until disasters happen? Why don't we do it before then? That way when disasters happen, we already know each other. We're already like family because we live together. Why don't we be family, So that's my goal, and that's what I hope this achieves. And, yeah, and if any other artists are looking to jump on the wall, just contact me. mustardseed.paintmurals@gmail.com, and because I am looking for more artists because like you said, it's a really big wall.